Ladies and gentlemen, Fox is going to lose another $1 billion or $787 million. CNBC, Fox faces similar defamation case from another corporation after the recent corporate settlement. Why is this the case? They did not back Trump in the manner that MSNBC and CNN back Biden. That's the reason. You can just stop watching right now. Just stop watching because I'll go off into a million tangents. That's the reason. That's the reason. Number one reason. Only one reason. Trump was not backed by Fox News fully. Okay? Had they actually backed the current Republican president at the time, or I should say, the former Republican president at the time, had they backed him in the manner that MSNBC and CNN defend 100% without a shadow of any doubt, Biden or Hillary Clinton, Fox News wouldn't be in this situation. Okay? And here's why. So that's number one. They did not treat Trump in the manner MSNBC and CNN treated Biden, Hillary, the Democratic Party, and that's why they're going to lose billions upon billions more. When you're a never Trump network, or I should say, when you are half Trump, half never Trump network, okay, there is no precedent for that. MSNBC is not, there are no Trump supporters on MSNBC. There are no people who don't like Trump or don't like Biden at CNN or MSNBC or the Washington Post or the Times or the Atlantic or Rolling Stone, Vanity Fair, Esquire, Jimmy Kimmel's staff, all of Hollywood. There are no Trump supporters. You will not get a supporter of Trump being published in any one of those publications. Maybe once in like a year, you'll get a favorable op-ed on Trump. Maybe in in the Washington Post. But you will not get anyone that works at, the New Yorker, New York Magazine, Vanity Fair, Esquire, any Hollywood any network, any late night show, you won't even get like on CBS, NBC, ABC, the news, definitely not, obviously, The View. You're not going to get, there's a public relations monstrosity. So if they say Trump went to the moon and went to Mars and had relations with a Martian and then tried to sell the planet to a Martian, which is the equivalent of the Steele dossier, all they've done is lie about Trump. They lied about the Steele dossier. They've lied about meetings that Donald Trump Jr. has allegedly had. They've lied about transcripts that they literally fabricate quotes. There's easily over 30 to 40 of the same type or much worse examples of what Dan Rather, I believe Dan Rather was forced out of CBS in the early 2000s because of a story that was not accurate about Bush. Okay, CBS fires 4 executives, producers of a Bush National Guard report. That happens all the time with Trump. And you had three CNN journalists resigning for one story. But Dan Rather resigned. And okay, so that's just an example. Okay. But see, again, CBS wasn't sued for $1 billion. What happened was you had the network should never have gone after a corporation, a specific corporation. So that wasn't smart. But you had zero investigative journalism, meaning when Democrats make a claim that is absurd. The Steele dossier, for example, they didn't let up. They kept saying, some of the Steele dossier is true. It was completely fabricated. Not one thing was true. And we don't even know at all if the Kremlin really wanted Trump. Because once Biden was in office, you saw what happened in Europe. So guess who they really wanted? And the Democrats twist that into, that means that because they invaded, that means that they're afraid of Biden. Like, what? Nothing can happen to actually prove that they're wrong. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. This is very important. Fox News is going to lose another $1 billion. I mean, they're going to lose because they don't back Trump. There's no investigative journalism backing the claims of their political side in the manner that MSNBC and CNN and an entire public relations apparatus investigates and tries to back the Steele dossier. The Steele dossier was full of lies and fabricated nonsense. Clinton's campaign, and I believe Hillary Clinton will be the 24 nominee. I don't think anything's going to stop her. And she could possibly become president. If she wins Georgia and Arizona, and the Georgia and Arizona Republicans despise Trump, she'll become president. Okay? I'm giving free political advice to both, I'm voting for Trump, okay? Voting for Trump. But I'm giving free political advice that can win 2024 to both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Free political advice. Win Georgia and Arizona Republican parties, you've won the presidency. End of story. Okay? Hopefully you keep watching this channel for 2 more years and beyond. Okay? And it's all going to matter one day. One day will decide the future of the planet. You like 90 seconds to midnight voting for Democrats, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists? You like that? Well, then you can have more of that. It'll be 30 seconds to midnight. But at least Trump isn't tweeting. Okay? It'll come down to Georgia and Arizona. If the Republican parties back Trump, Trump will defeat Clinton again. If the Georgia and Arizona Republican parties back Clinton, she will become president. But anyway, in 24. But anyway, you had the Steele dossier. They didn't ever admit it was wrong. And then when Michael Cohen was about to sue the Steele dossier, they indicted Michael Cohen for crimes he committed in New York. And then when they believe a Russian businessman sued BuzzFeed for the Steele dossier, BuzzFeed was able to circumvent the lawsuit by saying, well, the government utilized the dossier. So, you can't even comprehend how nefarious all of this is. Democrats lie routinely, get away with it through a variety of different means. The Durham probe, for example. The Clinton literally paid, with campaign funds, an attorney to go to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Sussman, and lie about Trump, accusing him of nefarious server communication in that country. It never happened. Trump never had any nefarious servers communication. It was Clinton with the servers, but they accused this, and then Clinton the other day said Trump accuses others what he's guilty of. No, that's the opposite. Clinton and Democrats accuse Trump and Republicans, well, mainly Trump, of what they're guilty of. So suddenly there's a server controversy with Trump when Clinton had servers siphoning classified data, which is impossible to do from a cybersecurity perspective. And then the attorney isn't indicted for lying when he actually lies in a text message, because the jury was in D.C., but the jury was not given the actual text message because the Durham probe attorneys made a mistake, and they couldn't introduce that within the decision-making process. They couldn't make that the primary focus of the decision-making process. Okay. And also the bureau agents were like, yeah, well, it really wasn't that important, because they were after Trump too. So they lied all the time. But they don't engage. It is a very important, slippery point. Fox News is too afraid of the overall media response to engage in any investigative journalism to back any of Trump's, to even inquire if the Orange Menace is right about anything. They don't want to do it. That's why they're going to continue to lose billions of dollars. Because if they had any investigative journalism, then even the corporations that say, hey, you've defamed us, they didn't even lose a cent, a dollar, these corporations. But they have all of media backing them. They have the political will, which influences the judges. They didn't even lose 1 cent of profit or revenue. You have to prove damages in a defamation suit, my God. But if they understood that Fox News would go all in trying to at least prove some of the claims, the way the Steele dossier, some of the claims was this wouldn't happen to me. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. I'll be back in an hour.